Light. How many of y'all remember this? It would probably just be the females. If the guys remember it, I don't know. Here we go. Keep that rhythm, jolly, jolly rhythm radio. Let's go. Starting with 0. Radio 10-4, breaker 19, huh? FEMA and FCC on the whatever line they gonna use to bring down that 10-4 over and out, huh? 10-4 over and out. I decided to come on back. I've been doing some frequency studies based on that frequency list that I downloaded so many years ago from Savon Bomar. As a matter of fact, let me pull out my folder while I'm at it. And I found a frequency harmonic paperwork that I downloaded years before that. Years before that. Here, let me see. Let me go to it. I downloaded, I didn't know why I did it back then, but it's coming in handy now. And this had to be when I downloaded this was like 2013 when I did this paperwork, when I downloaded this paper that I got so nicely tucked away under some plastic. See? Wait. Let me put it right here. You can see. 2013. I downloaded this 2013. And it's coming in handy. How many years later? It's coming in handy. Frequencies and stuff. I said, I don't need to know nothing about this stuff. Why I got it all tucked away so nice and neat. All right? And when this folder came to me yesterday, all I needed out of this folder was my birth certificate, right? And when I looked, I was like, oh, look, see? Look at it. See that date right there? This was downloaded before that. I downloaded this on that date. I downloaded this in 2013. Greater light, chief Asian Dushewa. Greater light to you. Canada dummy. Greater light. Okay, so now, see the tuning system? See that? Look at that. Look at this. And this is about a class 425, 2013. That was 2013. And now I know why I needed it. Look. And can I say what type of class it was? It was a Nawapian class, huh? One of my teachers, his name was Day. I'm going to go ahead and just say it out loud. We called him Day, huh? We called him Day, and he told me to download this. I'm like, look, go ahead and get. I was like, for what? Huh? Now I know. October 4th, 2020. I'm finna find out right now. I should have been studying it and learned it. Huh? But my brain be holding so much old memories and stuff. Look at this. And then here goes something about Mars. But look at the date there. This was a year later that I downloaded that one. Like I said, I only needed this folder for my birth certificate. My daughter brought this to me. I was like, yeah, I just need my birth certificate out of here. Huh? I guess these frequencies is my birth certificate. All right. Let me tell you what Bard and I done came up with. So, hold up. Oh, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this spot where I'm sitting too. The day before yesterday, I wanted to get in my feelings. So I sat over here in this little spot right here, right? And I got ready to cry, right? And this is my first time ever in my life seeing a real live hummingbird. So a hummingbird came right in my presence. I went to pick up the phone to try to take a picture of it. I don't know if I told the story the other day, but I'm telling you about the spot that I'm sitting in. So I tried to get the phone to catch it. You know, a hummingbird move real fast. And I said, oh my gosh, it's a hummingbird. So I didn't get a chance to cry. So then the hummingbird went away. And I sat here a little bit longer, looking and getting ready to try to mope and all that. And that was to the right of me. The hummingbird came back to the left of me. And I didn't get a chance to try to shed a tear because I was trying to capture the hummingbird. But I never was able to capture the hummingbird. So I'm sitting over here again today hoping that I may be able to catch the hummingbird. Okay. Now, on this frequency, last time I asked Bard the questions about what kind of effect would 333 million devices going off, what kind of effect it would have, he kept saying none at all, no effects and all that, you know, right? And explaining how the sound has to travel through air and water and something about a vacuum and all that. So I changed up the question yesterday. I changed up how I asked the question because, you know, Bard is a being, right? Artificial intelligence is a being, right? And the sounds that are will be coming from our devices are sent through these artificial intelligence beings. Yeah. See, you have to know how to ask the right questions, right? The right questions. So I said yesterday, what results can be expected if 333 million beings send out a sound at 16 through 18 megahertz? Greater Light Bard, how are you? Here he go. The sound produced by 333 million beings at a frequency of 16 through 18 megahertz is, and he gives this long number. I'm going to go ahead and do out the numbers. 1.1648290 057640906752000.0 watts. This is an enormous amount of sound power. Now, if you were with me the other day when I was reading what he said it won't have no type of effect, no type of power, because I kept asking about devices. But me asking about beings, the artificial intelligence sound that's going to come from the phones, it's something different. He said it will have an enormous amount of sound power and is likely to have a number of effects. At close range, the sound would be deafeningly loud and could cause physical harm. It could also damage and destroy property. At longer ranges, the sound would still be very loud and could cause discomfort and even hearing loss. Now, we know it probably wouldn't affect us here, but what I'm trying to figure out is why FCC is doing it, and then the next day the thing that's supposed to be happening with so-called Mars going behind the sun on this side of the earth, and then Elon them sending a probe out to the so-called asteroid and all this extra stuff that's supposed to be happening the day after. So it says, he said, the sound could also, wait, can I get him to read it? Can I get you to read it for me, Bard? No. Oh, man, I don't see the mic on here. That's because I'm doing it offline. I'm reading offline. At close range, the sound would I read that already. The sound could also have a number of other effects. For example, it could disrupt wildlife, interfere with communication, and even cause earthquakes. Now, remember I told you if you go to CNN or any of the so-called reputable news medias, they're saying how the moon is trembling, like the moon has quakes, but I guess it's doing more quaking than normal. The Quakers, is doing more quaking than normal. So overall, the results of 333 million beings sending out a sound at 16.18 megahertz are likely to be severe. It is important to note that this is a hypothetical scenario, and it is not clear if it is even possible for beings to produce a sound at such a high frequency. Now, Barr did say that it would be the frequency that the alert system would use. But then I decided to go to FCC myself to see the Federal Communications. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I decided to go to that site myself to see if they have anything up on it. It's kind of hard to maneuver through it because I put in October 4th and it didn't produce any results for me. But then I went into some information that one of the prominent leaders through FCC, a statement that was made just a couple of days ago, the 13th. And I plan on reading that later. This other phone, I'm not connected online. I'm doing offline right now, reading this information. But I'm going to come back with that later from FCC. So, but FCC would supposed to let this everyone know, FCC and FEMA supposed to let the world or United States or the citizens of those holding the devices what frequency they're going to send off when they do this national alert. So I'm going to look for that, keep looking for that information. Okay, so I asked another question. The question is, come on now. What results can be expected if 333 million beings send out a sound at 16.18 megahertz towards the solar system? Okay, so if 333 million beings send out a sound at 16.18 megahertz towards the solar system, the sound power produced would be enormous. However, the sound intensity at the solar system would be very low. This is because the sound would spread out over a large area as it traveled through space. The sound would be very unlikely to have noticeable effects on the solar system. The sound waves would be so weak that they would be difficult to detect. Now, the reason why I asked this question, because they are also saying that the James Webb Telescope, and when I make these statements, I'm saying it in words that people can understand because that's what's out here. But James Webb Telescope have a different meaning to me because I know there's no James Webb Telescope out there. So James Webb Telescope has sent back some information to Earth saying they can't detect life here on planet Earth from where it's at. Right now it's supposed to be 1 million light years away, but at 5 million, a previous download showed that they couldn't detect life here on Earth, the James Webb Telescope, supposedly. So that's what made me go into more information about the solar system and what they're possibly trying to do. So the sound waves would be so weak that it would be difficult to detect. The sound would also be very, very high pitched, and it is unlikely that any living thing in the solar system would be able to hear it. So Bard isn't saying that there aren't any living things in the solar system. It's just saying any living thing in the solar system would not be able to hear it. Okay, in conclusion, the results of 333 million beings sending out a sound at 16.18 megahertz towards the solar system would be negligible. The sound would be very unlikely to have noticeable effects on the solar system or its inhabitants. And I asked another question, but here's the answer. If 33 million beings send out a sound wave at 16.18 megahertz towards an asteroid headed towards Earth, the results would depend on a number of factors, including the size of and composition of the asteroid, and the distance between the asteroid and the Earth, and the duration of and intensity of the sound. However, in general, it is unlikely that the sound would have any significant effect on the asteroid. At 16.18 megahertz, the sound waves would be very high pitched and would have very little energy. As a result, they would be unlikely to be able to penetrate the asteroid's surface or cause any significant damage. In addition, the sound waves would spread out as they traveled through space, meaning that their intensity would decrease rapidly. By the time the sound waves reach the asteroid, they would be very weak and unlikely to have any noticeable effect. It is possible that the sound waves could cause an asteroid to vibrate slightly, but this is unlikely to have a significant impact on its trajectory. Overall, it is unlikely that sending a sound at 16.18 megahertz towards an asteroid headed towards Earth would be an effective way to deflect it or destroy it. Now, Bart has in bold letters. This is the first time I've seen him go bold. Like, I'm trying to tell you, remind you. He says, however, it is important to note that this is a hypothetical scenario, and there's no significant evidence to support the claim that sound waves can be used to deflect or destroy asteroids. Can a dummy, what you say? I will blow my horn October 4th. And I want to blow a conch shell. Huh? I'm going to blow my voice. King Ellis. Greater Light King Ellis. Chief Engine, what are you going to be blowing? Chief Engine says, so if we all humble, yes, we may dampen it. From similar, I got to pull the phone up. Wait a minute, let me see, because I can't see what that's saying. It says, similar to glass breaking with an opera singer's voice. Yep. Woo! Ready? Y'all ready to do this October 4th? Turn off the phones and blow. Woo! Woo! Can I go higher? Woo! Nope. My granddaughter could do a high pitch. Higher than that. We need some Lisa Fishers, huh? To do some high Mariah Carey's, huh? And just like I said yesterday, it's the same thing with the if everybody's mind was on the same frequency, the effects of the sound wave is possible, huh? The effects of sound wave traveling from our mind is possible. No? Okay. All right, now let me the next question I asked was about towards the moon. Again, if you type in CNN, moon trembling, and other media companies talking about the moon is supposedly trembling. And it didn't start trembling like it's trembling until Shiva, India Prime Minister Modi them landed on their device or whatever it is. They supposedly landed on the moon, huh? Kamala Kaka Harris with her slithering serpent tongue raising Shiva, and Prime Minister Modi finally made it on the moon. Their first two attempts messed up. They lost one of them. They don't know where the other one went. And they finally made it on it. As soon as they made it on the moon started trembling. Shaking and doing all kind of stuff. It's like, get off of me, huh? They trying to penetrate the moon. Well, anyways, if 333 million beings send out a sound at 16.18 megahertz towards the moon that is already trembling, the results would depend on a number of factors, including the intensity and duration of the sound. I think they trying to turn the moon to Swiss cheese, huh? My bad. Including the intensity and duration of the sound, the composition of the moon's surface, and the nature of the tremors. However, in general, it is unlikely that the sound would have a significant effect on the moon. At 16.18 megahertz, the sound waves would be very high pitched and would have very little energy. I don't believe that though. But here, that's what Bard says. As a result, they would be unlikely to be able to penetrate the moon's surface or cause any significant damage. It is possible that the sound waves could cause the moon to vibrate slightly, but this is unlikely to have a significant impact on its trajectory. In addition, the sound waves would spread out as it traveled through space, meaning that their intensity would decrease rapidly. By the time the sound waves reach the moon, they would be very weak and unlikely to have a noticeable effect. However, it is possible that the sound waves could interact with the tremors in the moon's surface in a way that could amplify and dampen. There you go, Chief Engine Dushawa, dampen, huh? Moisten it, dampen them. This could potentially lead to a number of effects, such as an increase in the number of intensity of the moon quakes, or even change the moon's rotation or orbit. Overall, the results sending a sound of 16.18 megahertz towards the moon that is already trembling are unpredictable. Hello? How are you? What are you doing? Surveying?
Yes.
Surveying the street or the whole area, the block?
The Stevens Street Historic District.
Okay. Is this for more funding for the city?
I'm not
For the
sure.
town?
Yeah, so we're doing a historic architecture survey of the district, and I think it's so that they can help draft better like design guidelines and stuff like that for appropriate infill and things like that.
I spoke to a surveyor that he was doing surveying for the courthouse the other day just for painting and stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, this is more like a neighborhood-wide sort of thing.
Oh.
Taking pictures of all the houses.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. The surveyors. Oh, wow. Okay, here. Overall, the results of sending a survey SURVEY VEY. Marvey. Where's Marvey? Y'all heard from Marvey? Overall, the results of sending a sound at 16.18 megahertz towards the moon that is already trembling are unpredictable, it is possible that the sound could have a small effect on the moon. The wind is picking up right now. But it is possible that it would have no noticeable effect. They walking around surveying, ain't taking no pictures. Y'all know I told y'all, huh? You know that they trying to survey me, right? With my big mouth, huh? I'm not shutting up, Kamala Biden, huh? I will not be moved, huh? All right. However, it is, and this is in bold letters. However, it is important to note that this is a hypothetical scenario, and there is no scientific evidence to support the claim that sound waves can be used to control or manipulate the moon. No, yes, maybe, who knows? I said, what is causing the moon to tremble right now? Bard, the moon is constantly trembling, but the tremors are so small that they cannot be felt by humans. Wait a minute, which humans? So there's humans on the moon that's supposed to be feeling the tremors? Really? Wait a minute, so the earth is the moon and the moon is the earth. Oh, the moon is a reflection of the earth. Wait a minute, the sun, the moon is in the sun's own image. Huh? Wait a minute. Oh, no, no, no. Be quiet. Shh, 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 shh. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Let Bard talk. See, I talk too much. The moon is, I'm learning how to control my mouth, Chief Engine Ducherois. Huh? I'm trying. You know how it is. Huh? I can't be quiet. Huh? Be quiet. All right. The moon is constantly trembling, but the tremors are so small they cannot be felt by humans. These tremors are caused by a variety of factors, including tidal. You got a title? Huh? Where's your title? Is the title in your birth certificate? The tidal forces from the earth and the sun. The earth and the sun exert a tidal force on the moon, which causes its surface to deform slightly. This deformation can lead to tremors. Thermal stresses. The moon experiences extreme temperature swings from over 200 degrees Celsius during the day to less than 100 degrees Celsius at night. So you mean to tell me they say people on the moon, right? Or they sending people on the moon. You mean to tell me they boots didn't melt, the flag didn't melt. In the daytime, the moon gets over 200 degrees Celsius, huh? Oh man, that's what Bard's saying. These temperature changes can cause the moon's surface to expand and contract, which can also lead to tremors. Impact events. Asteroids and comets occasionally impact the moon, which can cause tremors. Moonquakes. Now remember why I'm on the moon, and I'm talking about the moon too with this October 4th, because Biden and Cacas Harris, Biden, Joe Kane, Joseph Finnegan Can, Jimmy Crackstone, Jack and Jill went up the hill talking about they sending another moonshot. So the moonquakes are similar to earthquakes on Earth, but they are much smaller and less frequent. Moonquakes are caused by the movement of tectonic plates on the moon or by collapse of lava tubes and other underground features. So they've been underground on the moon. The moon has lava too. What? Lava. Oh, goodness. The tremors are that are currently being detected on the moon are likely caused by a combination of these factors. However, scientists are still learning about the moon's seismic activity, and they are not sure what is causing all of the tremors. How could they be sure? They ain't never been on the moon. They ain't been on the moon. President Trump said if they don't make it to the moon by 2024, all of the funds for NASA would be stopped. Huh? He said we is cutting like JFK was trying to do. Huh? That's what y'all don't remember that? JFK, y'all, they think JFK, all the things that they don't know JFK got his head blowed off because he was trying to stop NASA. Y'all know that, right? Okay, Trump, they can't blow off his head. They can't do that again, but they can go ahead and try to get him locked up. Because if nobody remember, I remember. I remember when Trump said, if y'all don't have this stuff done before 2024, all funds getting stopped and we giving the funds to the people. No? Yes? I'm the only one that remember that, huh? Okay, well, let the trumpet sound. If the moon crumbles into cheese, they won't be able to make it to the moon, huh? And they're going to have to stop the funds in their lives. In addition to the above information, a recent study has found that the abandoned Apollo 17 lunar lander module may also be causing tremors on the moon. What? Apollo 17. Wait a minute. They're saying that a study shows that the abandoned Apollo 17 lunar lander module may also be causing tremors on the moon. The lander is made of metal and it expands and contracts as the temperature changes. This expansion and contraction can cause the lander to vibrate, which can produce tremors. Scientists are continuing to study the moon's seismic activity, and they hope to learn more about what's causing the tremors in the future. Yeah, while they lying and saying they're about to send 4 people to the moon right now, right? Right? Yep, okay. What is the latest, and here's another question I decided to ask Bard. What is the latest vital information reported by James Webb about the non-detectable life on the moon? The James Webb Space Telescope has not reported any vital information on non-detectable life on Earth. This is because James Webb Telescope is primarily designed to study exoplanets, which are planets that orbits the stars. That means NASA or somebody is putting out false information because they just said this in their studies, supposedly. However, James Webb's telescope could potentially be used to detect signs of life on Earth from across the galaxy, according to a recent study. Come on, Bart, stop playing mind games. The study found that James Webb's telescope could detect the presence of oxygen and methane on Earth's atmosphere from a distance of up to 50 light years. These gases are considered to be biosignatures. Who is signing your birth certificate on your tidal wave? Or signs of life, because they are produced by living organisms on Earth. However, it is important to note that the study is still in its early stages, and it is not clear how effective James Webb Telescope would be at detecting signs of life on Earth from such a great distance. In addition, there are other factors that could produce oxygen and methane on Earth's atmosphere, such as geological processes. Overall, it is still too early to say whether James Webb Telescope will be able to produce any vital information about the non-detectable life on Earth. However, this study suggests that James Webb Telescope has the potential to play a role in the search for extraterrestrial life. It is also worth noting that James Webb Telescope has already made a number of important discoveries about exoplanets, including the detection of water vapor on the atmosphere of exoplanet they call WASP. I just saw a wasp nest the other day, and the person that was knocking it down and spraying it said, "You didn't see this wasp nest when you walked up under it?" I said, "No, wasp? I wasn't concentrating on what was above my head then." But he said, "Well, you're safe now." He sprayed it and knocked it down, he said. So they got an exoplanet called WASP 96b. That looked like 666. A B is a 6. A B is a P. A B is a Q. A B is a B. A B in a wasp nest of a 96? Oh my goodness. This discovery is significant because water, wah, the wah, is considered to be an essential ingredient for life as we know it. But look, I'm not going to get to that part yet. You really think that's water you're drinking? Do you really believe that's air you're breathing? As James Webb Telescope continues to collect data, it is possible that it could make even more groundbreaking discoveries. They got to break the grounds on the exoplanets and potential for life beyond the Earth. Woo woo! I did that because the cement truck. You see, mint truck just drove by. That was a cement truck. Who is this signed up in here with that long name? I can't see it. I'm not going to put on my glasses. But woo. That's a long name. Oh my goodness. That look like ABCs. Somebody should, you know what? I'm going to do a name, a page, or what you call it, and just put all the alphabets. A, B, C, D. Or just put A. No, just put the sun. All the letters are the same. Here's the next question. How many light years away is James Webb Telescope? And will the sound of 333 million beings projected the sound waves? No. I don't want to do that one. I'm tired of that. Moon. Therefore, it is impossible, because he was saying it's impossible. Okay, this was the last question, I believe. I said, what is the harmonic identity of 16.7 through 18 megahertz? What's the harmonic identity of 16.7 through 18 megahertz? And he said it's negative 1.3 megahertz. I don't understand that right now. I'm going to do some more studying on that. But here's what else he had to say. Harmonics are multiples of fundamental frequency. Frequency right now. The fundamental frequency is the lowest frequency that can be used to produce a given sound. Anybody want to be free? Because free ain't really free. Because United States been saying people are free, and all of a sudden, slithering, slick talking, serpent tongue Kamala Harris making announcements that everybody need to fight for their freedom. Huh? The fundamental frequency is the lowest frequency that can be used to produce a given sound. For example, the fundamental, it's fun, the mental frequency of the note A above middle C is 440 hertz. Now, for the musicians like you, well, we're all musicians, right? But I mean, the ones who are educated, and know how to read the notes, like you, Canna Dummy, right? The A above middle C is 440 hertz. The first harmonic of the note is 880 hertz. The second harmonic is 1320 hertz. It hurts, and so on and so on, and it's hurting and it hurts. In case, see, I don't understand it. I don't comprehend it. Huh? I'm reading, but I really don't know what it's saying. But I'm just reading it because there's people who are educated and know what them black bars and circles and lines mean. My parents paid for about 3 to 4 years for me to learn them notes. Huh? And I guess it was never meant. I mean, and I tried hard. I did everything I can to learn those notes. And they is blocked for me to learn. I could learn everything else. Let me tell you, when I went to school for massage therapy, I learned every system in the body. I learned every bone and every muscle. I memorized it and it was easy. I didn't retain it. It just comes back when I need it. But I can learn all that, but I could not learn them notes to this day. Well, anyways, for those who know what notes mean, if you go and try to figure out what these sound waves that they're sending and compare it to the harmonic identity of the numbers, you might be able to help me figure out something. You may decide, yeah, you gonna turn your phone off on October 4th, 2022 and put some, what you call it, cushions in your ear, put some, what do you call the things on the construction sites? I'm going to try to get me all kind of stuff to sound my ear the same way I wrapped my head last year. And they still ain't catch me with the COVID yet, I'm going to soundproof my ears on October 4th, 2022. I will come back with some more information. Wait a minute. Let me read this to you. What frequency will the FCC government issue on October 4th? And this is when he told me I need to go to the site and see. They supposed to tell you. They supposed to say it by September. He gave a date. No, that was my imagination. All right, so I am about to close out. I appreciate everybody that came in and tuned in with me out here on this beautiful, glorious day. No is here. Hello. No. Can a dummy? Sound travels faster in water than air. So that's why the dolphins are smarter than humans. I don't know. Did you really have to think about that, or wait, was it more like, bruh? Who is this? Did you really have to think about that? Clearly, you never turn one on. Turn what on? Sound can travel in vacuum. Yeah, that's what they said. That's what's his name said last week, Bard. Huh? Read red lamentation while you're in full moonlight. Can a dummy? The fork ran away with the spoon, and it was the dish, and the cow jumped over the moon with a dish. Hey, fiddle, fiddle, the cat. No, hey, tittle, diddle, fiddle, faddle. Oh, my grandma used to love some fiddle faddle. Maybe some cars will stop October 4th. Well, they said all devices, even the car devices. The car devices are supposed to go off. Every device supposedly that is connected, but they're not going to, the Bard doesn't recognize that anything would happen with the devices. He recognizes that they are called beings. Your phone is a being. It's a being. Oh, yes. Greater light all. Thank you, and I will be back later. Greater light.